So let's write some code for capturing the screenshot. But before we do that, what I would like to do is I'd like to execute this test. So far, what we were doing, we were actually executing it through test.ngxml, right? So instead of this, I would like to execute this test as a Maven project, right? Because since we have built a Maven project, Maven is managing our dependencies, so we'll be using Maven as a build tool as well. And see if you see some some error on your project, it could be the Excel sheet is open at the moment. If I close this and if I refresh the project again, the error will go away, right? So in order to execute the test in a form of Maven through Maven lifecycle like Maven clean and Maven test, right? We need to do, we need to go to our pom.xml and we need to add a plugin over here that is one of the Surefire plugin, something like this. So this is a Surefire plugin, Maven Surefire plugin, where we actually specify the suite XML file which we want to run. So our suite XML file is src test resource runner test ngxml. If you don't specify this plugin, then Maven will actually gonna read all the test file as test cases. Right? You have added two test files over here. So whichever file has got test in prefix or suffix, Maven will gonna treat that file as test cases and we're gonna execute it, right? And it will not gonna follow any sequence. So in order to tell Maven that follow your test ngxml file, because you have provided the sequence over here, even all the listeners are over here. If you don't mention this plugin, the plugin that we were looking at in the pom.xml, if you don't mention that Surefire plugin, then your listeners will not get invoked because the test ngxml will not be called. Right, so this is what you need to add. So just outside of your dependencies, add this build tag and the plugins. Under the plugins, you need to give this plugin, this Maven Surefire plugin. Right, so once I'll send you the framework code, you're gonna get this pom.xml as well with all the dependencies and plugins that we are going to use in this project. So you can use them as it is. Right, now once this is added, you can right click on your project and say run as. You'll get an option, you'll get all these options. So the very first we'll be doing is Maven clean. So what Maven will actually do is whenever you execute the test through Maven, it generates the result inside the target folder. Right, when we were executing it through test.ng, it generates inside the test output folder. Like all the reports and everything gets generated over here. But when you run it through Maven, it will gonna generate everything inside target folder. Right now it's empty. So next time when you run Maven clean, then it actually deletes this target folder itself. Everything that you're gonna generate inside the target folder will be deleted. Right. So when you run Maven test, it will actually gonna execute your test.ng test, the test.ng XML file. So let's see. uh, we got some error. No compiler is provided in this environment. Perhaps you are running on GRE. At times, what happens when you create a Maven project, so your GRE system library may show you a different person. So what you can do, go to build path and configure build path and click and edit this GRE system library and update it based on the JDK that you have on your machine. So I'll give the JDK folder. This is JDK. I'm having JDK 1.8, right? So I'll click on OK, click on Finish, click on OK. And if I run this project again, I'll say build path, sorry, I'll say run as Maven test. Now it should actually execute the test. See, running the test suite. Performing all tests, right? So failure because there are some failures in the test cases. We have added like two failures. We have like added assertion to forcefully fail the test case. Now, if you take a look at the reports, if I refresh this folder, this project in the test output folder, if I go to this HTML index.html file, you can see this file was generated at 3:05, and right now the time is 3:27. Right, so this is an old file because Maven will not going to generate anything inside the test output folder. You'll find this thing inside the target folder, inside the Surefire reports, and here you're going to find your HTML reports. So if I go over here, if I run this, so these are the updated reports, right? Although there won't be any change in the look and feel of the report, right? It is actually doing the same thing that TestNG is doing. It's actually calling your TestNG XML file, but it is generating the results inside the Surefire reports folder, right? So what we're gonna do, now is we were working on the listeners where we actually need to capture a screenshot over here, and we need to provide the same screenshot over here, right? That is captured on the runtime. So we're gonna write some method for capturing screenshot. Now I'm gonna add some utilities over here. I'll go to my utilities package and I'll create a new class over here, name it as test util. So these will be utilities for my test cases, right? Any common method like capturing screenshot, or you want to do anything else that is common in all test cases, you can add those functionalities over here. So this will also going to extend your test base class, right? And we're gonna add a method over here that would say public void capture screenshot, right? So this will be a static method because we can directly call it using the class name dot the method name, right? So how to capture a screenshot in WebDriver? We're gonna say we're gonna call one of the interface called as take screenshot, right? And this we actually need to typecast it using the driver reference. So we'll say take screenshot, and let's add one more bracket, say driver, and then there is one of the method for getting the screenshot is get screenshot as, and I'm gonna give output type dot file, right, like this. So this is going to return you a file. We'll import take screenshot. This is take screenshot. Takes screenshot is basically it's takes screenshot, right? Not take screenshot. So yeah, this we have already imported through Selenium, openqa.selenium.take screenshot interface, and then this actually returns your file. So we're going to store it in a file. We'll say file, and this is a screenshot file. So scr file equal to this, right? I'll import it over here, import through Java IO, right? Then we actually need to copy this file to a particular location. So for that, we'll be using a class called as file utils, and we'll say file utils dot copy file. And here we're going to use the source file as our scr file that we have created, right? The screenshot file, and the destination file will be creating with the help of new keyword new file, and we'll be storing it on some location, right? So location could be the screenshot path. So I'm gonna say public static string screenshot path. All right, so screenshot path, how we will be generating the screenshot path. I want to store screenshots over here in my HTML folder. Where's the HTML folder? Over here. I want to store it over here, right? This is inside target, and then Surefire report, and then HTML. So target is in the root of our project, right? So root path, we can get it by saying system dot get property user.dir, right? And we're going to concatenate it with the path that is target folder. Under that we have Surefire report. I think Surefire reports. Let me check. So this is, yeah, Surefire reports, and then we have HTML. So Surefire reports, then we have HTML, and then we're going to create the screenshot that says error.jpg, right? And we're going to add the exception over here, right? So you can call this method. Call this method by saying you can go to your listener over here, instead of like doing this capturing screenshot, you can say that test util dot capture screenshot. So this will going to capture the screenshot, right? Surrounded with try catch block, right? And once a screenshot is captured, right, you want to use the same screenshot. You want to give the location of the same screenshot over here. So the location goes like this. I mean, the screenshot will be stored uh, under this library, under this folder itself, right? So we need the name of the screenshot. So name of the screenshot is, let's say I name the screenshot over here. I'll say public static string screenshot name. Why I'm taking this screenshot name variable, and sometime you'll be able to understand it. Just give me uh, some time to explain it to you. So I'll say screenshot name equal to, right now I'm giving it as error.jpg, right? So this screenshot name I can concatenate over here, right? So now what we're going to do is, instead of this, I'll just name it as error, right? And I'll add plus dot .jpg, right? So that whenever you want to change the screenshot name, you just change the name and the extension will remain the same, right? So this is the screenshot name. And what you're going to do is, if you go back to your custom listeners, right? So over here, you can, instead of this, you can give the screenshot name over here, right? Screenshot name, and this is a JPG file. So JPG we are giving here. Shall we try giving it over here itself? Okay, I'll just revert back the changes that I have actually done. So I'll make it JPG, right? Let's see how it works. So I'll just gonna remove this part and gonna concatenate it with test util dot screenshot name, right? So I'll add this thing over here. Okay. Some issues over here. Probably, yeah, should be like this only. We actually need to give a escape sequence over here. So it should, but we need to take this out. Right, let's see how we're gonna do it. This has to be inside escape sequence. Just give me a moment. So what I'm gonna do, I'll just remove this part and I'll add this, right? So here, when I say test util I'll say plus plus test util dot, and I'm gonna say screenshot name, right, like this. And same thing I'm gonna do it over here. I'll just copy this and paste it over here. Screenshot name, right? Same thing I'll do it over here. So screenshot name. I'm giving directly screenshot name. This is because we are storing screenshot at the same location where the report is being generated. Right? I'm not giving the path. Otherwise, I would have given the path over here. Right? If I give the name and it is like if the HTML is on the same page, index.html, we are generating screenshot under HTML itself. So it will directly pick it from there. Right? Let's see. So first we are capturing the screenshot and then we are using the same screenshot. So let's run this and see how it works.